I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind?
Taehyung's name always echoes throughout the world. With his undeniable charisma, distinctive baritone voice, and charm that can melt anyone, it is no wonder that he has received so much respect from fans all over the world. BTS fans, ARMY, have always admired and loved Taehyung not only for his talent, but also for his warm personality, honesty, and empathetic attitude. However, behind all the admiration and love he receives, there is a story that not many people know. HYBE, the agency that houses BTS, apparently not only manages his career, but also manipulates and restricts Taehyung's personal freedom in a very surprising way. A shocking news has just emerged, revealing a reality that has been hidden behind the scenes of BTS's great success. Although Taehyung always appears confident and gives a positive influence in the entertainment world, it turns out that there are many darker things going on behind the scenes. Not only about very strict management, but also the manipulation carried out by the agency towards his personal life. Of course, this news is very surprising because BTS and Taehyung have always been considered as symbols of freedom of expression in the entertainment industry. BTS has become a global phenomenon, and Taehyung is one of the most attention-grabbing members. However, while we look at their incredible success, there is another side that is rarely talked about by fans: how HYBE manages and controls their artists. For many, BTS is a group that fights for freedom and justice, but in reality, there is a lot of pressure and manipulation going on behind the scenes, especially involving Taehyung. As BTS's popularity grows, so does the pressure they face, and unfortunately, this comes at a high price. Taehyung is known to be very open with his fans, often sharing his feelings and experiences through social media and interviews. However, does everything he expresses really come from himself? Or is there a hand controlling his every word and movement? Taehyung has always seemed to appear to be a figure full of freedom, but it turns out that many decisions are made for him without him being able to choose for himself. This truth reveals a dark side of the entertainment world that has been hidden, even from loyal fans. When Taehyung talks about things that happen in his life, fans often feel that he is speaking from the heart. However, it has recently been revealed that many of the words he says have actually been influenced or even programmed by HYBE. Every step taken by BTS, including Taehyung, is always under strict supervision. The members of BTS are not only required to perform on stage, but also to meet the expectations set by the agency. All of this is done to maintain the group's image and success, but it often comes at a very high price, especially for Taehyung, who has a very sensitive and open personality. Many fans have seen Taehyung as a very free and unbound figure. But in reality, behind the scenes, HYBE controls almost every aspect of his life. From decisions about what music they will perform, to how they should appear in public, all of it is very tightly regulated. Even in very personal matters, such as media relations or how they interact with fans, Taehyung often has to follow the direction given by the agency. Is this what is called freedom of expression? Not only that, this manipulation issue also touches on a deeper aspect, namely how HYBE controls Taehyung's personal image. For years, BTS has been known for its very humanistic and close approach to fans. But is that really the picture? It turns out that there are many roles played by the agency in shaping their image in front of the public. Fans often see the positive and bright side of BTS, but not many know that many decisions taken are not the result of the artist's wishes, but the result of a business strategy that has been prepared very carefully by the management. From the outside, we see BTS as a solid and passionate group, but behind it all, there is a darker and more manipulative side that occurs. Taehyung, who always appears full of passion and courage, is often trapped in the policies and rules set by the agency. His decision to appear as an honest and emotional figure in front of fans is not as easy as it seems. There are many considerations that he must face, which sometimes have nothing to do with his personal freedom and expression. BTS, as the biggest group in the world, does require careful management. However, when everything is controlled by the agency in a very strict way, can they really be called free artists? Or are they just commercial tools that are produced and marketed in a profitable way? This is a big question that applies not only to BTS, but also to many other artists who are under big management like HYBE. Taehyung, despite being at the peak of his popularity and respected by his fans, now has to face this bitter reality. As the pressure he faces increases, the freedom he has enjoyed so far is starting to erode little by little. The openness that has always been his trademark is now increasingly limited by the policies and strategies implemented by HYBE. Is this the price to pay for being part of a very successful group? BTS fans, especially ARMY, are certainly disappointed and angry to hear this news. They have supported Taehyung and the other BTS members wholeheartedly, but now they realize that much of what they see in the media is the result of control and manipulation by management. This is not only an issue of freedom of speech, but also about how an artist is treated in an industry that often prioritizes image and profit over their mental and emotional well-being. Taehyung is a living example of how difficult it is to be in the spotlight of the entertainment world full of expectations and pressure. However, his courage to speak out and show another side of BTS's life is something to be appreciated. This is a time for all of us to realize that artists, even at the peak of success, are still human beings who have the right to their own freedom. They should not be treated as objects that only exist to meet the demands of the market and business. For many, this was a shocking and eye-opening moment about how the entertainment world, especially those involving large agencies, often operates. Artists are often trapped in a highly structured system that limits their personal freedom. Taehyung has now become a symbol for those who feel marginalized or denied the opportunity to speak out about their experiences. By bravely exposing what has been hidden, he teaches us that freedom of expression is everyone's right, no matter how successful they have become. While many are disappointed by this reality, BTS fans remain committed to supporting them. What is happening now may just be a phase in BTS's long journey. Taehyung, despite the immense pressure, will continue to move forward, not only for himself but also for his fans and all the other artists who are fighting for their freedom in this highly commercialized entertainment world. However, despite the disappointment, there is a big lesson to be learned from this news. Taehyung, with his courage, reminds us all of the importance of respecting individual freedoms, including the freedom of an artist to express themselves without fear of pressure or manipulation from others. When the entertainment world begins to manipulate the image and behavior of artists for financial gain, then we as fans must start to be more aware and understand that behind the glittering stage, there is a private life that must be respected. BTS, with all the success they have achieved, has never been free from the media spotlight and public expectations. Their every move is always closely watched, and in every performance, fans expect to see not only their talent, but also their souls as individuals. Taehyung, with his courage to speak up, opens a window for us to see another side of the entertainment world that is often forgotten. He reveals that even though they are idols, they are still human beings who deserve fair treatment, not just as assets produced to create profit. Taehyung's personal freedom being hindered by HYBE's strict policies shows that the entertainment industry has a dark side that is often hidden behind the mirror of luxury. Behind every step and decision taken by BTS, there is a very strict management that can even limit them in expressing themselves. Taehyung's courage to speak up about this is a warning to the entertainment world that artists, even at the peak of their fame, must still be respected as individuals with rights and feelings that must be respected.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
Yeah. There's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons in different versions, each new update, that shit